Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Look at this 08 Chevy Colorado. I don't know what engine it has in it. Just pulled it in. The money light's on, and we need to figure out what's up. I have no idea what it is, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring you along. Alright, we'll use the old valve today. Haven't busted this little guy out in a while. So we'll let it auto ID. The key's on in the vehicle right now. Let's see, Colorado, it's got the 3.7 in it. According to this. We're going to go to engine controller. Let it get loaded up here, and then we'll just, got a heck of a glare on there for you. I'll hold my hand here sacrificially. No, I can't. Alright. Let her pull codes. It's a Chevy in New York, so probably Evap codes. That would be my guess. What do you know? Good guess. 442, what's that? Small leak. Current history, malfunction indicator light, and fail sense clear. So, alright. We're creatures of habit, and it's anybody's habit when they get that code to go touch the gas cap. Don't touch the gas cap. What we'll do instead, we'll hook up our smoke machine before we touch anything. Don't even have the truck on the lift yet. And the reason I say that, particularly with a small leak, let's say the top of the filler neck is crusty, and you go back there and touch it, where you see that there's a little bit of rust on it. You know, how do you know that was the leak? Now you've charged your customer, you assume you fixed it, but you really don't know. And the light comes on a week later. Now you're busy and they're screaming, and you see where this goes? It's your best not to touch anything. Yet. So we're going to use our OTC leak tamer. Like a little OTC commercial here. Get this little guy hooked up. Let's see. Kick her on, make sure she smokes. The little Evap Test port is right here. I think the purge solenoid on these, if I remember right, hides way down beside the engine. So we got the old vape going. We'll hook that up. The key's still on, so we should be able to use smoke up here. So we have to be able to seal the system. So we should be able to go in here under special test, close the vent solenoid. So the canister vent at the very back of the system. The back door, I call it. We got to shut that off so we can pressurize the system and let it fill with smoke. A lot of times I'll leave that canister vent open, let the smoke purge through the whole system, and then shut it off. It's my habit, or it's been my experience on these Colorados and like Trailblazers in general. They like to, at least here in the salt belt, they like to break the fuel pump. So you have a plastic tank, plastic fuel pump. In some cases, some of these are metal. And then what happens is the lock ring that holds it in will get all rusty, and it'll actually swell up and either break the fuel pump, or if this has the metal fuel pump unit in it, fuel module, the tops of them will actually rust out. I want to say that GM had either bolt-in or recall on some of the Trailblazers, like of this vintage, and they were fixing them for free. This thing's old mileage. It's only got like 30-some thousand on it. So anyhow, let's get that canister shut off, seal the system, see if we can't find our leak. For our special test, we will go to vent solenoid. Hopefully we can look at some data at the same time. It's handy to look at fuel tank pressure. Want to select data items. I don't know if it's going to let us pick the list. We'll sort them by ABCs. We want vent solenoid command, fuel tank pressure sensor, and I have no idea how much fuel is in it. Let's look at those. Alright, it is venting currently fuel tank is basically at atmospheric pressure. Of course, I got the smoke machine on. So if we shut the smoke machine off, it should go back to about 0, pretty close. Smoke machine's back on. We're gonna close the vent. I just heard it click, and you can see we're building pressure. So there is a flow gauge here on our smoke machine too. So you've got the little ball up there floating, and they've got this marked out at a 20 thousandths and 10 thousandths leak. Of course, what we like to see is the ball go all the way to 0. So we'll give that some time to pressurize. In the meantime, I'll get it on the lift. We'll just open the gas cap door very gingerly. Don't touch it. She's up in the air. One advantage of having a great big schnoz like mine, you can smell a leak, and I can hear it. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know how we can do this so you can see the smoke. But it's blowing like something. I don't even know. I can't think of an analogy. I don't know if I can get the camera up there for you folks, because I can't see up there, but maybe you can. Let's see, let me dip my screen. What do we got leaking up there? Is it your classic, what the heck is that? Is that an apple? Is there an apple on top of the gas tank? Something? Chestnut, perhaps? I can't see. Can you? Classic. Yeah, that whole fuel pump is rotted out. Awesome. I don't know if I can reach that. What is that? I don't know, but I don't think it belongs there. Oh, hang on, folks. I can get you back up there. It's kind of handy using the camera because I ain't got a prayer seat up here. Yeah, definitely the top of the fuel pump is, she's looking a tad crusty. Like I say, not too uncommon. Tells me where our smoke's coming from. I can't believe this is tripping a small leak code. That's pretty insane. Alright, come on back down here. That up there is our evap canister. Our, whoops! Try that again. My little screen flicked shut. So I was gonna say that's the canister that lives up there. That little fella in there is your canister vent solenoid, so that's what closes off the system. I guess one thing, let me get you back up here, see if I can do this. One thing if you're facing this problem on your Chevrolet is you have to, oh my gosh, this is terrible. You have to be mindful of the hose that hooks to that there, so that's going to go to your charcoal canister, the big hose there. Usually when you pull them off the fuel module there, all the guts pull out of them, so you may have to buy that line. And the other one too is your fuel pressure line that hooks to that module, same story. So you may have to get those lines new or have the ability to repair them. Well, this was a pretty easy diag. We'll look at a couple other things. I want to look at that filler neck. Make sure that's in good shape. It appears to be in good shape. I've seen a whole lot worse. So because if you quote them on a job, you want to make sure that's all good. The lines, so we've got a pressure line and a return line there that run up by the tranny. You know, make sure that they look like they're in pretty good shape. And they appear to be. And then the purge solenoid must be up higher. I thought it was down low on these. All right, and then that fitting right there. Let's see, kind of hard to do this one-handed. I'll try my best. Bear with me, folks. So this fitting right here, this attaches to another line that runs up to the fuel pump. This one is the one, or the line that runs on top of the tank. That's the one you'll likely have to replace if you can't get it unhooked from the sending unit due to rust. As you can see here, our smoke machine must have timed out and turned off, and you know, our fuel tank pressure dropped immediately. So I don't know why the heck it doesn't throw that as a large leak code. It's beyond me. I guess that's it for this video. That's what I get for not checking the codes before I bring it in. Typically, I don't record evap codes because we deal with them every single day. And that seems to be the majority of what we get here. And 90% of the time, it's rust. And then the other 10% of the time, it's perch solenoid. And the other couple percent of the time, whatever fits in there is vent solenoid. So, pretty common stuff. Super common on these. I'm going to look to see if there is any special GM policy that covers this. Like I said, I know there was on the old Trailblazers, because I think they burst into flames or something like that because they would start squirting gas out of the top. And if you touch that, that's what's going to happen. Don't just hide in the background. The people are going to go crazy. Come on over here. Let's close this video out together.
Oh man, I haven't even looked in the mirror this morning.
Oh, you look terrible. Get over here. No, you don't. You got your crazy pants on.
So you just want to look at my pants?
No, we don't. Nobody wants to look at, what is that, paisley? Is that what they call that? Paisley?
No, Eric, it
No.
is not.
I don't know. I'm not a fashion designer.
No,
Come on over.
I'm close enough.
Oh, stay back there. I'll zoom in.
Oh,
No,
great.
I won't. Come on, I didn't even shave. Ever.
I don't
So-
have that.
So that's it, folks. Small evap leak. Why I didn't throw a large, I don't know. But I do know this. I got to keep motoring. Give this guy an estimate if it's not covered under some kind of special thing. And move on with our day. So find us on our socials, which don't include Twitter or Instagram or any of the other popular ones that people are on. But we're on Facebook, which nobody uses anymore, and Google Plus, which most people haven't heard about. We're also on Patreon. You can find us there if it's up there. I'm just pointing at this point. So just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.